Today we have a special one for you. David Beckham was like the apex predator of Hollywood when I was growing up. Known for having one of the best physiques, all the girls liked him. Today we're gonna review his workout and his diet according to Men's Health, give you a personal training's perspective on it. I also own a gym, I've had a lot of experience in the fitness industry. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I work out.
We're off to a ripping start. They've shown him doing a concentration curl, ultra slow with about 4 kilos. Even David Beckham, who looks like he doesn't really train, can probably lift more than that. This could be one of those Men's Health fake weight style videos.
Now, I hope it makes me look good. And
see, David Beckham has a physique that I would say is very achievable. Even for someone his age, I'm not sure how old he is, he's probably only about 40. But he's got the kind of physique of someone who works out, looks after themselves, but enjoys eating decent-ish food. Like when you achieve a certain level of wealth and leisure, as he probably has now, highly likely he's gonna eat out all his meals. He's gonna not really care about what he eats, but he still tries to stay in shape as a testament to his former career as a pro athlete. So he's got quite an achievable physique, and I'm happy they're showing people like this, because it's not always about the people that are bodybuilders, right? And a lot of people aspire to have a physique like this and integrate it into their professional life, and that is very achievable.
I think it's important for me to make time to train because it makes me feel good and it sets me up for the day. You know, motivation comes from inside, and I stay motivated to set the right example for my kids.
See, that's something very important that we'll touch on there briefly. I don't have kids of my own, but I always am very inspired when people use wanting to be a good example for their kids as a reason for getting in shape. Doesn't really matter what your reason is, right? As long as it's noble enough and strong enough that you're willing to put in the effort. And for him, obviously he's reached peak physical condition. He was probably the #1 sportsman in the world for a time. And now obviously that's not the case, but he's still found motivation in the form of his kids to get in the gym, work out, give a good example. So I like that a lot. We approve of that, David Beckham.
Strength is already there, and the body strength is something that I really focus on. I feel that, you know, the injuries that I've had over my career, actually the strength work that I do for my upper body helps backaches that I've got. So that's what I really focus on.
So he focuses on strengthening his upper body to alleviate old injuries, keep himself functional, healthy. This is the perfect level of training for someone who doesn't really care about being a bodybuilder, wants to be functional, wants to perform at a high level. It's good shit.
Funnily enough, I used to hate pull-ups. Now I absolutely love pull-ups.
Amen. That's one thing David Beckham and I have in common. I credit a lot of my back development to rigorous pull-up routines. Every back day, I'll do around 3 to 4 sets of pull-ups, 6 to 8 reps each. That's gonna light your back on fire. Adds a lot of detail. I really credit it for sculpting my back, and you can see he likes it a lot too.
I work out with one of my best friends and my wife. So from the moment I start to the moment I finish, I enjoy it.
He's touched on something very interesting there, and this is something I talk about a lot with people who have trouble actually going to the gym. If you're a bit nervous, if you don't enjoy your time at the gym, going with someone, he touched on his wife and his trainer here, it's gonna make a huge difference. If you train with someone you enjoy hanging out with, it becomes more of a social event. Even better if you're competitive with each other, because then you'll push each other and actually achieve some results.
My approach to eating, well, I'm actually a foodie, so I love all kinds of food. There's not many things I don't like. You can always have your cheat day. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want a burger, if you want some chocolate, if you want some crisps, it's all in moderation.
Ah, there we go. As I as I predicted, he liked his food, right? When you're at that level of wealth, you have access to the best possible level of food, especially if you're famous. He can walk into any restaurant across the world, 5-star, 3 Michelin stars, whatever, and order anything. So because of that, he has quite a fine palate and he enjoys eating nice food. Yeah, so as he says here, as long as you're eating in moderation, you're mostly eating healthy foods, you can kind of eat whatever you want, especially when you've not got an insane physique to maintain. Like a lot of people can look like this very, very easily by just relatively tracking their diet and working out consistently. It's not that hard of a physique to achieve.
My favorite foods, you know, I'm an East End boy, so I grew up eating pie and mash and liquor and jellied eels.
Yuck. His favorite food is jellied eels. What the actual fuck? I can't tell if that's a joke or not.
Protein shake with a little bit of creatine, coconut water, lots of ice, 2 bananas, almonds, and then that's it.
Hey, he's actually got very good nutrition here. He's touched on that secretly without even really realizing. What did he say? Let's rewind that a little bit. Pre-workout meal, he has oatmeal and berries. Very good pre-workout meal. The only thing I would change there is add in a protein source. Those two foods by themselves have absolutely no protein, so you're gonna be lacking a little bit there. His post-workout, he always has a protein shake. 2 bananas, interesting. So he's actually got a really good post-workout routine here. He has protein shake, protein source, very good. Has some creatine, probably between 5 and 10 grams. He just has a little bit, but that's the efficacious dose between 5 and 10 grams. 2 bananas. Bananas, fast digesting carbohydrates. Coconut water, that's gonna replenish your electrolytes. And almonds, little source of healthy fats. Not sure that's really necessary. The rest of it's pretty damn good.
My go-to coffee order, it changes.
Okay, he's lost the plot now. We're just talking about how much he likes cooking. Bottom line is, very impressive little video from Men's Health there. I think he encompasses very, very closely what a lot of people who are high functioning want to look pretty reasonable, the lifestyle they can live. So there's a nice healthy pre-workout meal. I'd add some protein to it, but oatmeal and berries is pretty good. Post-workout, he gets in his protein, he gets in his carbs, and then everything else he kind of eats in moderation. If he wanted to put on a bit more muscle, I would increase his protein intake. He looks like he's a little bit skin and bone. If he put on a bit more muscle, he would look a little bit better. The key thing for him is that he fits into his lifestyle, and that's a thing I encounter a lot when it comes to my clients, when it comes to my friends. People struggle to do fitness if it's very extraneous, if it's a big add into their life. For him, he's gonna be a very busy person, right? He's still a relatively mainstream celebrity. He's doing all sorts of stuff all the time. I imagine the fact that he can work out with his wife, so he enjoys it a little bit better. He eats everything in moderation. It makes it all approachable, and it means that he can maintain a pretty good physique year round without much effort. All in all, I give this Men's Health video an 8 out of 10. Quite a realistic, reasonable look at how to achieve that kind of physique. If you find some value in me breaking down some celebrity and some influencer workouts, I'm doing a lot more of that recently, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.